Hello people of the web and welcome back to Creators Thoughts. This week's topic is going to be a fairly quick one, but important. I hope you've got your fresh tea ready and I'll be done before it's cold, so let's get into it. Streaming is scary. You put yourself out there, warts and all, to be watched, viewed, judged and dismissed. So what gets us through it? The excitement of being accepted, appreciated and enjoyed. Ever joined a stream and said hello in chat and in response got a warm welcome? Of course, a cynical mind might say it's because they want you to stick around to boost their viewer count. But honestly, I think the majority of streamers react positively because it really means something to have viewers join them and enjoy their content. Let's get on to the meat of the topic, discomfort. All viewers will have a unique level of comfort, and as a streamer, it's your job to try and gauge what that is. And that means knowing what you can ask, what personal details of theirs you can reveal, or even if you can talk to an individual. Personally, I'd recommend erring on the side of caution, although some streamers are more forward, and that's fine if they're clear about it. There are some things to consider, and you will need to make your own call on. Other things should be fairly clear and universal. One of the topics that causes the most discussion is calling out viewers. Even if it's not intentional, some viewers just want to watch and enjoy content without interacting much with the streamer or other viewers. And there are some things that those viewers can do to minimise the chances of being called out. But is it fair to expect them to? And some actions are hard to avoid. Want to give bits to a streamer anonymously? You can do that. Want to subscribe and enjoy ad-free content without being noticed? It's possible, but not as simple. Want to be notified when a streamer goes live without being thanked on stream? You could try and do it while the streamer is offline, but now it's getting tricky. So, if someone gives bits without being anonymous, it's fair to assume that they don't mind if you say thank you. Or another way of saying the same thing, if your community hasn't banned the word thank. Evil people. Awesome people, but definitely evil too. Moving on to the more subjective issues, a viewer lurks and clicks follow. Their name pops up in the newsfeed, and most streams have alerts for follows. Is it okay to say thank you for that? I think you'll find streamers divided on this. Some will say it's fine, others will say not to call it out. You can argue that maybe a streamer should gauge it on if a viewer has been active in chat. I'm not going to argue one way or another. Personally, I choose to say thank you because it's important to me that I share my appreciation. There are thousands of streamers and that viewer has chosen to watch you, then decided, I like this streamer and would like to catch them again. The other big factor for me is that it's generally accepted that follow notifications are seen on streams, and it's common for a creator to say thank you. I appreciate not all follows want to be active in chat, so I stick to saying things like thank you, and then normally apologise if I mispronounce their name, and tell them that they are more than welcome to correct me if I've done so. I'd encourage you to avoid trying to engage overly until they're active in chat. Don't go and ask them the origins of their name, where they're from, or heaven forbid, ask them their views on whether pineapple belongs on pizza. Now, before your tea is cold, or coffee, if that's your preference, it's okay. All are welcome regardless of their drinking preferences. The thing I want to make clear is that lurkers should be left to lurk. Twitch viewers and streamers can see how many people are watching, and while it's not a live list, you can view who is logged in and watching too. No streamer needs to be looking at that list. And more importantly, streamers shouldn't call out someone who is in the room but just watching. Let them enjoy the content without having to participate. And if another viewer calls out a lurker, it's your job to tell them that lurkers are welcome to lurk and ask them not to call people out. Yep, that's it. The majority of this episode was just me leading up to ranting about lurkers and their right to just be. But I think it's an important topic to consider and discuss, including what is acceptable behaviour and what should be avoided. I'd love to hear your thoughts via the usual methods, or unusual. No one has ever made a podcast in response to my podcast yet. You could do that, but an email is probably easier. Quick side note, if you're enjoying my podcast, it would mean a lot if you were to share it with someone so that they can hear my rants and opinions too. ZactheDragon, I'm coming for you. Thank you for listening. Bye bye now.